So E3 is underway, as you guys may have known already from all the E3 stuff that you see all over YouTube and everything else like that, plus the previous videos that are on the channel. And with E3 comes a lot of new games, a lot of trailers for games that we might have already known about, and of course, new console announcements. Now, Xbox on their conference went ahead and released a Xbox Scarlett reveal trailer, which we're going to take a look at today, and I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions on the trailer and the Xbox Scarlett or Project Scarlett moving forward. Now, PS5 or PlayStation has not been quiet about their PS5. They've been releasing different information about the PS5 with the backwards compatibility, what the specs are, what the hardware is going to be, and the architecture of the PlayStation. So, it's nice to finally get something from Xbox, even though I'm not an Xbox fan. But let's see. Like, I have, honestly, this year I have a little bit more high hopes for Xbox, especially considering that they were able to basically take over E3 for this moment, considering that PlayStation is not going to be at E3. Now, whether or not they hit the mark, I don't know. I'll leave that up to you guys in the comment sections. But I feel like with the next generation coming really soon, like it's right around the corner, guys. I feel like with the next generation right around the corner, we are going to be in a very, very interesting position when it comes to consoles, because now we're going to be basically getting computers. They're going to be personal computers, with the hardware that's going to be in these consoles. And what it's going to come down to, really, just like any other generation, is going to be first-person exclusives. But for, I think, the first time ever, or first-person exclusives, first-party exclusives, I'm sorry. For the first time ever in Xbox history, they are actually pushing the first-party aspect of their marketing, and I'm glad. The reason why I don't like Xbox is because it's all been third-party stuff. I've always said Xbox is great if you play third-party games, and it's always been good if you play multiplayer games, if you play games online and stuff like that. Their networking is much better than Sony's was, and they're more open to cross-platform than Sony is. Sony is finally getting on board with it, but it is what it is. But if you want first-party titles, very good first-party titles, might I add, you go with PlayStation or Nintendo, because PlayStation, the last Game Awards for last year, most of them were Sony exclusives. Like, they just obliterated Xbox because there was nothing that Xbox could do, since they didn't really have any good first-party games. Now, we're going to see on this reveal trailer what's going to happen, how I feel about it, and all that stuff. So let's go ahead and get to it, guys.
When we think about the future of gaming, it's not just PC, it's not just console, it's not just mobile. It's really all of the above.
Xbox is all about choice. We're investing in technology all throughout the game stack.
We put the fan at the center of every decision we make.
The games you want with the people you want on the devices that you want.
And for us, that starts with our next generation console. We don't want to build just another console. We truly want it to be transformative.
More immersion,
That dude's
more
beard is
exploration, more detail.
How do we make it easier for people to get into the game, to stay in the game?
One of the things that gamers and developers are incredibly excited about is reducing load times.
I'm an RPG gamer, and so loading screens are a thing.
Okay, hold on. I want to throw my hat into this really quick. I, as an RPG gamer, don't care about loading screens. I care about good gameplay. I care about good story. I care about good characters with good character development that I can get into. Loading screens for me is very, that's way, way on the wayside. I don't care about loading screens. Okay, I don't know why everybody's making such a big deal about loading screens, man. Like, the PS5, they're showcasing the loading screens and all that stuff. And now they're talking about loading screens for Xbox. Look, man, look. It's one thing if you're talking about loading screens and lag and latency when you're talking about playing multiplayer games and online games. That is one thing. Another thing entirely if you're talking about single-player experiences, especially role-playing games, trust me, role-playing games do not suffer from loading screens as much as other games do. Okay, that's not a big. I mean, listen, you want to impress me? Show me the numbers with frame rates. Show me the numbers with latency. Show me the numbers with just performance in general with the system. Don't talk about loading screens. Like, oh God, I'm tired of the loading screen thing.
You're sitting there in the fake elevator because you know that the game's loading in the background. That's just an elevator ride forever.
That's our goal with gaming, is that you don't have those pauses.
This generation is special because we've really unlocked this new capability to connect with the characters and worlds in a way that no previous generation has allowed.
This generation is going to be a bigger leap than any generation we've done before.
At the heart of our next generation console is our custom design processor, leveraging the latest Zen 2 and Navi technology from our partners at AMD.
Okay. All right. Your custom Zen 2 CPU. Where have I heard that before? Oh yeah, PlayStation. PlayStation is using the Zen 2 architecture on their CPU as well. You're not the only ones doing that, Xbox. I'm sorry. That, like, they make it seem like they're the only ones doing it. That's my problem, is that they are making it seem they are the only ones doing that.
From a pure processing perspective, this is 4 times more powerful than the Xbox One X. We're leveraging high bandwidth GDDR6 to ensure that we're getting the best performance possible.
It's going to usher in resolution and frame rates that we've never seen before. Like, never seen before.
Hold on.
We're looking at frame rates up to 120 frames per second.
Okay, all right. Frame rates like we've never seen before. Oh my God. My PC can play games at 120 frames per second or higher. Okay. It's been seen, it's been done, but what you really wanted to say is you're looking at frame rates for games on a console. Frame rates that we have not seen before. That's what you really want to get at. But now here's the interesting thing. I can guarantee you not all games will get 120 frame rates per second. I can guarantee you that if the game can get 120 frames per second, that it's not going to show up on everybody's screen. And here's why, because the frame rate is highly dependent on your screen as well, on your monitor. That's something that's very important when you're looking for gaming console, or you're looking for gaming on your PC. You want a monitor with a high refresh rate on it. That's something that they're not talking about. That's something that they're not, that they don't relay to their customers. And 120 frame rates, yes, it's very nice. It's very, it's beautiful to play at. I've went from 60 frames to 120 frames to 150 frames, but my monitor can't handle more than 120 frames. So again, it's not something that's not unheard of, but they're making it seem like they're the only ones doing it. That's my problem with this.
8K capability.
Variable refresh rate.
Oh boy, 8K. Here we go with the 8K again. Again, 8K is something that PlayStation has said. All of this stuff, PlayStation announced it way before Sony did. Way before they did. Who cares about 8K also? Like, 8K, it's overkill. All right? There's no need for 8K. I think there's only one television that can do 8K, and I think it's a Samsung television, and it's like ridiculously priced. I'm not going to buy an 8K television. I'll probably buy a 4K television so I can play these games properly. But 8K? Nah. Honestly, the only thing I could see coming out of 8K that would benefit greatly is with VR, and Xbox does not have a VR system with it yet. I don't know if they're working on something for it, but the PS5 does. They have the PlayStation VR, and they've already announced they're going to do like a revamp of it. It's going to be like a 2.0, and I can see 8K on that to greatly benefit the VR system. But I'm tired of the 8K stuff, man. Like, you say it like it's something that everybody can buy. Not everybody can afford an 8K television.
Great.
Next gen ray tracing. It's real time because it's hardware accelerated for the first time ever.
What I'm personally most excited about is the SSD.
Oh my God, here we go again.
We've created a new generation of SSDs. We're actually using the SSD as virtual RAM.
We're seeing more than 40 times performance increases over the current generation.
The combination of the SoC and the solid-state drive are really what gives you a totally new experience.
Now we can
The combination of the SSD and the solid-state drive. You realize what SSD stands for, right? It stands for solid-state drive. You do realize that, right? And then on top of that, again, you're not the first one who's doing this. PlayStation announced this way back. And when I say way back, within like the past month or 2 months, probably longer than that at this point, that they've gone to make a custom SSD, solid state drive. You know, for those people at Xbox who don't know that SSD and solid state drive are the same thing, that they're made a custom solid state drive to improve their loading times and all that stuff. Like, here's a quick rundown. The reason why you get a solid state drive in your PC is to load programs faster. Okay, that while it is a performance increase, it doesn't really increase the performance of the games in the same way that, say, a graphics card or a high-end CPU would do. So they're not really like their information is not really accurate. It's weird.
take all of that power and apply it back into the scene. So we can actually generate more life in that world and bring it to the gamer in a seamless way.
So that then you're fully experiencing what the game developer wants you to experience.
When you can move through worlds without waiting for screens to load, that speed, that performance is what the next generation is about.
This is the most immersive console experience ever.
No, it's not. No, it's not. PlayStation's doing the same thing. No, it's not. Stop acting like you are the innovators for this. PlayStation's doing the same thing. Oh boy.
What we really want to do is give developers the power to build the game they've always envisioned.
We have hundreds of people across both our first-party studios as well as our third-party studios working on those next-generation experiences today.
There's an amazing commitment to content at Xbox Game Studios. There's 13 studios, 7 in the last year. That's a big family.
At 343, for us, it's always about more seamless worlds with the next generation.
That looks
we can
beautiful.
Bring the world
I just want to say that.
We've never experienced Halo before.
We're delivering 4 generations of content better than you've ever seen them before.
This console is especially awesome for Game Pass members. With the faster load times, you're going to be able to experience all the games within just the snap of your fingers.
We're giving gamers the option to connect across devices and across platforms in a way that we never were able to before.
I don't lose my last generation as I move into the next generation, the people I play with and the games that I want to play. That experience should be continuous and always growing.
This isn't just a console launch. This is about the future of gaming.
Your games, your achievements, your progression, your accessories, your console gaming experience with Xbox, it all comes forward with Scarlett.
Okay. So that told me really nothing about the next console. Like it gave us pretty much the same. It's gonna basically have the same specs as the PS5. That's what they're telling us, which is it's acceptable. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. I'm not at all. My problem is that Xbox is like, oh yeah, this is never seen before, and that we are doing it first. Hail Xbox! No, you're not doing it first. You're doing the same thing that PlayStation's doing. And I think, honestly, PlayStation has a one-up already because of the first-party games that we already know about. We know that Death Stranding's coming, and it's going to be on PS4. Most likely, it's going to have some sort of a higher definition port for the PS5. We know that Last of Us 2 is coming. Again, Last of Us 2 will most likely have a higher definition port for the PS5. So things like that. What I want to see Okay, what I want to see is I want to see like actual in my face numbers for the Xbox. We've seen that with the PS5. I want to see in my face numbers for the Xbox. Show us, you know, if you want to go and talk about those loading screens and all that other stuff, do the same thing PlayStation did and show us the loading screens. If you want to talk about seamless transitions and stuff like that, show us. I'm not saying that that's not something that couldn't happen in the new Xbox. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that the new Xbox won't be a great console. But at the end of the day, if you're going to talk about stuff like that and you're going to say that, oh, yeah, this is the first time ever, you're not the first ones doing it. You're really not. And at this point, it's whoever announces the release date for their console first is probably going to get everybody's money at that point. I still stand with what I said at the beginning of the video, that Xbox, if you enjoy playing games online, if you enjoy playing multiplayer games and stuff like that, Xbox is probably your way to go. If you enjoy playing single player games, if you enjoy first party exclusives, then PlayStation will probably still be your way to go in that. That's how it's been since the original Xbox, and I don't really see that changing much. And again, it's nothing really against Xbox. I've never been so much a fan for Xbox because they don't have the first parties that interest me. Most of their first parties are shooters. You have Halo, you have Gears of War. Honestly, I think the only Xbox exclusive game that ever interested me was Fable, but we haven't seen a new Fable for a while, although I think there's a new Fable coming out, and I'm like happy for it because we haven't seen a Fable since the 360, I believe. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. It's not enough. It's not enough for me to get excited for an Xbox. Going into this, I was hoping that maybe for the first time that I would be interested in an Xbox console, but I'm still not. Not until I see more specs, not until I see first-party games for it, first-party games that are good, first-party games that would interest me, more single-player games, stuff like that. With that, guys, I will catch you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Hit the like button, subscribe if you guys are new, all that fun stuff. Share the video out. I'll catch you all in the next video. You guys have a great rest of your day. Peace out, guys.